All right, all right. Cool, cool, cool. welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Silas, and today this is only my second live stream ever, so still very new to this. Today I'm going to be listening to music, whether it's music I have on my request list, which is rather large, so I probably won't ever run out. Or if I see stuff in the chat, I will definitely check it out because I'm always willing to listen to and check out new music. So yeah. For now, I might as well kick it off with, and a lot of these songs I'll probably turn into YouTube videos, or sorry, a lot of these reactions I'll turn into YouTube videos. Just smaller YouTube videos for the channel because that is what I mainly do. I just started live streaming just for fun. The first song I'm going to be checking out, song is called Death Blow by June Turns Black. It's a newer song by this band. This band actually hit me up in the comments of one of my reactions. I reacted to one of their other songs, and I remembered enjoying it, and then they asked me to react to this new song, and I'm all for it. They had some pretty cool music, so I'm excited to get into it. So let me look that up real quick. This is June Turns Black, Death Blow. Let's see. Yeah, it's, again, I say new. It was 3 months ago. I have been away from YouTube for quite a long time, so it's I haven't been able to really get back into it until recently. I won't be live streaming every day. This is just the second day in a row I'm doing it because I'm off this week. Once I go back to work, I'll be doing it maybe Fridays and maybe a weekday here and there. But anyway, let me share my browser and we can get into this song. That's the wrong thing. Sorry, guys. There we go. All right. Am I in good view of the camera? I'm in front of my mic. We are good. All right. So this song is called the band's called June Turns Black. This song is called Death Blow, and it's an official lyric video. So without further ado, let's get into it in 3, 2, 1. Ooh. Oh. Love the sliding riff. Ooh. Whoa. Sick stuff they're doing with those guitars. Very eerie sounding. Oh, love those pinch harmonics. Love these vocals too. The drum and bass kind of instrumental right here. Ooh, adding these eerie layers. That's so sick. Whoa. Oh, I love that guitar riff. This is sick. Some of those almost sound like a chorus behind it. It's one of those layers. Okay, interesting. Bringing the synth in, it sounds like. Nice. Bring that energy right back up. Love her screams. Oh yeah, keep it going, keep it going. I love this instrumental and the vocals are so sick. I love this song so far. This is so sick. Ooh. I was expecting to go right back to the chorus. That's cool. A little bit of subverting my expectations. Yes! I love that. The way it drops in, it's so good. It gives that punch and that space right there. There's that pause. Dude, the pause and the drum hits. Oh my gosh. I love the lower pitch screaming there. Ooh. I thought it did. It definitely slowed down a little bit. Yeah, it's slowing down. A decelerando, I think that's what it's called. Sick. Oh, wow. Okay, that song was only 2 minutes 59 seconds. It felt quick. Okay. Wow. That was pretty sick. Okay, so that was Death Blow by June Turns Black. Very, very cool song. I am so... Wow. I don't know what else to say about this one. This one was just so sick. I think I like this one even more than the other one. I definitely do. Okay, starting off, just really, really cool, eerie atmosphere with these, it sounds like keys, or it's either some electronic element to it, pads, whatever. Very eerie element. The visualizer, the lyric video definitely helps with that eerie element. And then it comes in with that sick guitar riff, and then with those pinch harmonics, and I don't know what else. There was some other effect they were doing with the guitar. It sounded really cool. And then, yeah, these low energy verses that start out with almost like spoken word, kind of a little bit of grit in the voice. I don't know. There's probably a word for that style of vocal, because like Corpse does it, kind of just like that low pitch rapping almost. Grim Salvo does it. Just to give a few good examples, I really enjoyed that. That is really cool how they did that. And then just the punch with the pauses in the instrumental, and then dropping that Death Blow lyric, and then that riff comes back in, and it just has that doom doom, like that doom doom hit with the toms on the drums, and then it comes back in with the riff. It's so good. And then the second verse, they changed it up again. The instrumental was different, and then had a little bit more energy to the second half of the second verse with more screams, and then it didn't pop right back into the chorus. It dropped the energy again back into some more of that drum and bass kind of electronic, almost hip hop type beat style. And then that chorus hits again, and then just like the slow down at the end, using like lower screams too, really sealed the deal. That song was phenomenal. I have to add that to a playlist because that was sick. I really enjoyed it. There's a lot of good things. Also, production, beautiful. Love her vocals. This is really, really cool. So yeah, June Turns Black, Death Blow. Very, very... Hold on, I just read the description of this too. Very, very solid song. Arrogance is a dish best served. Fuck you. All right. I love it. Interesting description. But yeah, anyway, that was a really cool song. I guess I'll just keep going. I have a list. If anybody pops in, they want to suggest some songs that I should listen to, react to, just pop it in the chat. I will look it up, because I am very open to listening to about anything, really. Just there are certain genres I stray away from, of course. But I'm more of a metalhead, but I also love electronic. I listen to some rap. Hi, how's it going, David? I listen to electronic video game soundtracks. Love that stuff. So it's not just metal and rock I listen to. That's just what I gravitate towards a little bit more. I love progressive music. I love genre fusions. So you mix jazz with rock or jazz with metal. Just anything, really. Again, there's certain genres I stray away from because they're just not my cup of tea, like black metal, bluegrass. Not huge on country. But I know some older country just because I grew up on it. My family listened to it. Let me know if the audio is too quiet and I can turn up. I have my mic and the YouTube turned down slightly because it was very loud in my ears, and I did not want that to be loud for you guys. So let me know if it's too loud, too quiet, and I will either tone down or adjust something. Still getting used to this whole live streaming thing. This is only my second one, so. But yeah, if you have any songs that you want me to react to, just put them down in the comments, and I will react to them. So that was I just listened to June Turns Black, their song Death Blow. It was very cool. Another song I wanted to listen to that's on my list is a new song from Eminence called False Light. I've heard it's a heavy one. Okay. Here's one. Piece of Cipher by Electrocutica. Ooh, that sounds interesting. All right, I'll listen to that one next. What I'll probably do is I'll probably end up jumping back and forth between requests. If you have requests in the chat, I'll listen to one of those, then listen to something off my list, and then just go back and forth. If you guys, if run out of requests or there's not requests in the chat, I'll just go down my list. I'm probably not going to stream super long each time I stream. I'll either go to the end of my list or something. It just depends on the night, honestly, and my work schedule. All right, Piece of Cipher. Piece of Cipher. Electrocutica. I had to make sure I read that right. Because I actually have my glasses on today. I didn't before. All right. First result is a 5-minute 11-second song. I like that. I love this this album art or cover art. Very, very cool. I'll show it in a second. Show my screen in a second. There we go. All right. So this is gonna be Piece of Cipher Electrocutica. Again, I don't think I've ever heard of this artist, so this is going to be new for me. Judging by the name, I'm guessing electronic, but I could be wrong. So yeah, without further ado, let's just get into it in 3, 2, 1. Ooh. Love the atmospheric start so far. Ooh. Interesting chord progression there. Ooh. It's already starting very strong. I love the little flourishes here and there. That glitchiness coming in, and then there's that piano coming. Ooh. Interesting. Okay. Ooh, progression's picking up. Interesting. Mixed on percussion. Different than what I'm used to. Ooh! That was sick! What a sick drop. That's such a unique chord progression and melody line. Oh, I love that bass. Oh, the piano coming, very jazzy right here. Oh, that's an interesting voice. Again, I think that's a keyboard. I can't tell. I think a lot of these chords are very much jazzy chords. So many cool layers. Yeah, nice transition, nice transition. Very, very cool. I love this feeling right here. Bass comes in, kind of gives that groove. I love that percussion. Sounds almost very, sounds very chiptune. I like that. But with the strings, the plucked strings on top of it, that's such an interesting sound. Wow. Oh, wow. Sorry, this is blowing me away. This is one of the coolest things I've ever listened to. Ooh. Love the drive here. Ooh. I love that. Cool synth right there. I just noticed the girl on the cover art has joints such as a puppet or a doll or something. Automaton. Ooh. Change up the drum feel right there, so makes it feel a different kind of feel. Might have been kind of some signature change too. Nice. Ooh, love that layer. Wow. I love how there's so many different aspects and layers that you wouldn't expect to come together and work, but they really do. Oh, yeah. Very jazzy. That sounds cool. Wow. Okay. That was Piece of Cipher by Electrocutica. That was phenomenal. That was so interesting. I don't even have words for that. That was one of the coolest pieces of music I have ever heard. This is going to be interesting. There's so many... I discover so much new music through this channel, and it's so interesting. Because sometimes I want to... There's some music I listen to that I'm like, oh, this is cool. And people like when I react to certain things, they'll like, oh, I'll react to this more on the channel. But then there's some music like this where I'm like, I don't want to wait to react to this song by song. I just want to delve into their whole discography because it was so cool. That's kind of how I felt with this one. My first thoughts are, how does my musical brain can't comprehend it? How do people come up with something like this? There are so many layers going on, but they all work so well. They're all coming in at different times, different voices, and when I say voices, I just mean different like sounds, I guess. Different sounds, different instruments. There was even that time change feel. It might have not have been a complete time change. It was just a change in the percussion, I think. But yeah, and bringing in layers, taking away layers, bringing the energy down, then bringing it back up again. This was just beautifully composed. And very much jazzy with a lot of the chords. There was a lot of jazzy chords in there for sure. And then just a combination of sounds you would not expect. Good example is you have this very much drum and bass kind of drums, taking that from the genre drum and bass, the very almost not full electronic sound, but like they're like more electronic sounding drums than a standard drum kit, on top of piano, on top of this chip tune that comes in, and then you have plucked strings and just different elements of like orchestra mixed in. I think I heard bells or chimes at some point. Um, and yeah, and just electronic synths that add to that chip tune, just on top of this jazziness, and then the bass. At one point, it sounded like synth bass, but at another point, it sounded like an actual bass, like an upright bass almost. Um, so very, very interesting how they did that. Um, I'm curious. I have to look this up. I just got to see how much music this artist has, because Electrocutica. Because that was really cool. Okay, this came off of, I'm assuming, the album of the same name, Piece of Cipher. It's all labeled under instrumental. Like, okay, interesting. All right. And the variety of genres caught my ear. The rhythm is about the only constant. Yes, I agree with that. The drums kept a constant rhythm, and I think the only change was that one part that was like a change in the drums. Really, that was the one part that changed the rhythm a little bit. But other than that, yeah, the drums kind of kept a constant driving motion to it. But yeah, looking at this, it looks like they have Piece of Cipher is just, this is the only version of the song, it looks like. But the rest of this album, there is an instrumental version of it, but there's also Vocaloid. Yes, that's exactly yeah, that's exactly what I noticed, was they work with Vocaloid. Which is cool. I'd be interested to hear both versions of their works, just because I've heard some Vocaloid stuff that's pretty cool. But I also just love a good instrumental. So I'm actually going to add that album to my Apple Music just so I can listen to it later. They have some other works, it looks like. But it doesn't appear they released anything past 2014, which is interesting. Very cool stuff, though. I loved that. That was so sick. I'm super into anything that is experimental, goes progressive, does not follow standard song structures. Because sometimes that stuff gets a little boring. If you listen to a lot of songs on the radio, like most modern pop, I can't get into because it just it's boring. A lot of radio rock too is the same way. I know like certain bands are famous for being bad. I don't think Nickelback is bad by any means, but I do think it's a boring band. I've listened to certain songs of theirs and I'm like, there's just nothing to this. It's just the same old verse, chorus, bridge, chorus. And using riffs and vocal melodies that I feel like I've heard before. Artists like this really delve into just experimenting with different sounds, and I'm not. This is why I say I love genre fusion, because I'm not huge into just straight jazz. I like stuff I've heard out of jazz, but I'm not one to just put on some just jazz, you know? But things that incorporate jazz like this. This was very much fusion of electronic and jazz, and I think it works really well. Jazz is such a good mixer, in my opinion, because there's bands out there like Thank You Scientists that fuse rock and jazz. They do it excellent. Between the Buried in Me has jazz elements in their metal sometimes, so it's like jazz, I think, fuses very well with certain genres. Now, if you told me there was a song that was a fusion of jazz and bluegrass, I probably wouldn't get into it because I don't really like bluegrass. But that's not the point. But yeah, sorry I've been rambling, but I, tend to do that on this channel. You give me a piece of music like this that I get really into, I will ramble because it just blows me away. It's just phenomenal. So yeah. I really enjoyed that. I'll probably check out more of their stuff. I added to my Apple Music. Honestly, I'll probably drop this as a actual YouTube video music reaction. I'll edit it down, but and see if other people get into it too, because I'm sure other people will love this kind of music too. Very, very cool. The next song on my list, and feel free to pop more songs in the chat. I will listen to it next. Probably just pop back and forth between my list and the chat. Yes, I have heard Otto. Correct me if that pronunciation is wrong, but I think it's Otto. It might be Ado. I think it's Ado, actually. I have heard Ado. Yes, I like stuff I've heard from Ado. They have very, very cool music. But I have not heard a bunch of Ado. So if you want to request a song by Ado, feel free, because I would love to listen to more of that. In the meantime, I'm going to check out this song by Eminence called False Light. I apologize if this is not your cup of tea. With not everybody's is super into heavy music. I'm a metalhead at heart, but I will get into lots of different music. I've actually got into a new wave of... I go through phases sometimes, so I've definitely gone through a huge phase of listening to different stuff. Dark pop, a lot of VTuber music too. VTuber music's actually pretty cool. There's a lot of VTubers out there that make great music. But in the meantime, this song is called False Light by Eminence. Eminence is a metal band that incorporates... a lot of times they can be very melodic, but sometimes they get really heavy too. But the lead singer plays violin also, like at the same time. It's really interesting to see because from what I've been told in their live performances, he does scream and sing while he's playing the violin at the same time, and I think that's really cool. So yeah, I have not heard this new song yet. This is from 10 hours ago. So very, very new. But anyway, this is Eminence, False Light. Without further ado, let's get into it. 3, 2, 1. I need to cut you out before you turn. Yeah, I can already hear a heavy one building up. Interesting production. There's that violin. Definitely makes them sound a lot more cinematic. Symphonic is the right word, I think. Yeah, this is a lot heavier than the last song. Just seems like a very low tuning. Interesting timing there. His singing sounds a lot more eerie too, and it might be that production choice of whatever they're doing to his singing. I think it fits this song though. Interesting. This probably scores. Dark, very dark music video too. I like that guitar tone, but I feel like there's something missing. I think I know what it is. I'll explain after the song is done. Back into this chorus, okay. I do like when bands that usually do very melodic choruses, every now and then do a screaming chorus. Creates a more, oh, that violin gets louder in this chorus, so I like that. It makes it more unique when they do a screaming chorus. Dude, the guitars. Yeah, I was gonna say, always pulls out a bow. I wonder how that sounds live, like how that actually comes across live. Because aesthetically, it looks super cool. Was that it? Okay, I think the rest is just a video. Right. Is it a head? No, it's a dog. I was not expecting a dog. A puppy, to be exact. Okay. Interesting music video. Okay. What's up, Hypnotic? How are you doing? So that was False Light by Eminence. Let's talk about it. That's the wrong thing. There we go. Okay, I can't say I was a huge fan of that one. And I'm kind of that way with Eminence in general. They kind of hit or miss for me. And I'll tell you why. There was a couple issues that just made it just not as enjoyable, I think, for me. I'm not saying it's a bad song by any means. It's well put together. I think the guitar tone's pretty sick. Very dark sounding. I think they got the atmosphere right. His vocals, Eddie's vocals are always on point. I like his screams. His singing was interesting in here because it's not what I'm used to. I think they had an interesting effect on his vocals, but they probably did that on purpose to kind of fit with the eerie atmosphere. Yeah, his singing was cool, but the first thing that stuck out to me was the production. And I know I can be a little bit picky with production. Yeah, it's definitely heavier than a lot of their songs, to be honest. They don't usually go that heavy. But when they do, it's a hit or miss for me. So they released whatever their last album was, they released a deluxe version with 2 songs on it. I don't remember the titles of them, but they were really cool. One of them was extremely heavy. And I think the reason I liked that one was because of the very cool, almost tech death guitar lead. Very fast guitar lead going on, melodic death metal kind of. And then just the insane face-crushing breakdowns. There was like 3 of them in that song. It made the song stand out, and it had an impact on me. I really liked it. The other song they released was the complete opposite. It was very melodic, very cinematic, a lot more singing, not really heavy at all. There was some heavy moments. But again, I think it was not cookie cutter with the structure either. It was very unique and kind of had a linear feel to it. That's why I liked that song. But this song, I don't think struck me as much because it felt less interesting, I guess. But again, what I was saying about the production of this one was it felt like, and again, I don't know, my headphones could be wonky. It didn't feel like the drums were popping out as much. I could almost barely hear the bass drum, and if I don't feel that kick, I like to feel it actually kick. I like to feel it punch. It felt like it was not there almost. And almost the same with the bass guitar. I could not hear bass. And I really didn't like that. And it kind of made the song feel a little bit empty. I think their snare was mixed fine. It was just that bass drum. If bands don't mix the bass drum to where it gives a kind of punch, it doesn't give that impact of rhythm that that I felt like the song was lacking because of that. And then there was like no bass guitar. It just wasn't as present as I would have liked it to be. And then again, the absence of lead guitar also kind of bothered me. And this is my problem with certain metal bands. I love lead guitar. I love bands that have multiple guitarists. I love, even if it doesn't have to be super complex, but anything higher up on the neck, I love the sound of it. If a band is doing just power chords or just chords on the low end of the neck, and it's just very chunky and deep sounding and like dum, 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 you know what I mean? Nothing wrong with it. It just kind of bores me a little bit. And I think that's why I can't get into bands like Slipknot, because there's no high-end leads in Slipknot, like barely. You listen to bands like Era, which has amazing high-end leads. Dance Gavin Dance, amazing high-end leads. You just get those bands that play with the upper end of the neck of the guitar, and it sounds better, in my opinion, than bands that just do low-end riffs, low-pitch riffs, you know. And this song was missing that lead. Now, I know this band has done stuff with the lead before. It's just this song didn't. And I think it was missing for me. And that's why I couldn't get into it as much. Again, not a bad song by any means. But, yeah. It just wasn't my cup of tea. I think there was one more song they released today. I may or may not check it out. I don't know. This is one of those bands I've listened to their older stuff. I wanted to see what they were about, because I always thought it was intriguing that the vocalist was playing violin at the same time. So I checked out some of their other albums, and just didn't catch me that much. So I don't know if I'll ever truly get into this band, but they do release some really, really cool songs every now and then, in my opinion. But yeah. If you guys have any other songs you want me to react to, just put it in the chat and I'll react to it. I'm just jumping back and forth between my list and whatever you guys want to listen to. So, if you guys have nothing, I'll just listen to another song. On my list, I know there was plenty of songs that... Okay, there's one. Thank you, Hypnotic. You got Our Chronicle, Psych. Let me check it out. That is a title that is not very familiar. I'm not very familiar with. There it is. 1 month ago. Very new. And it's 6 minutes. 6.5 minutes. Metal vs. Giza. I'll have to do that one next. All right. So, yeah. So this is a very new song. From a band I've never heard of, which is cool. I'm always into just discovering new music. So, let's see. Get back into display capture. All right. So, this is Our Chronicle, Psyche. I've heard the word pronounced both ways, so I don't know how to pronounce it. Anyway, let's just get into it in 3, 2, 1. A lot of eerie vibes with music videos today. I'm loving it. I like a dark feeling. Ooh, nice. Love me some piano. Honestly, one of my favorite instruments. Yeah. Ooh, okay. I was wondering where this was going.
Water is rising, a metaphoric intricacy.
I love his voice.
Freeze, the shades are surrounding. Is this real?
Love the atmosphere so far. I was about to say, it feels very sparse, and then they add these... Oh, the whispering. They add little things like that. Adds to the atmosphere.
You save your breath and
Ooh.
silence another. Cyclic thoughts are stuck in the center. One more strain can fill another fantasy, but only just to summon another. The psyche kills a life.
I love that wailing. I think it's a synth or strings or something. I love that noise. especially on top of his vocals. Wow. Oh, that's so impactful. Oh, I love the buildup of this. This is just one giant buildup. That's sick. Okay, yeah. Wasn't the drums I was expecting. Very hip hop. I like it though. Love the keyboard layers they're adding too. A little bit of double kick action with the 808s. I also love that first chorus was just super impactful too, because how it was just. I'll explain later. Yeah. I love this. I love this chorus. It's so good. Oh my gosh, my headphones are bugging out. It's really bothering me. Wow. Okay. Where are we going? Yes! Okay. I was waiting. I was like, please hit me with like that rock sound. I was waiting for that. I was like, that would complete this. That was the perfect way to drop in. Wow. Oh, I love his vocals here too. Wow, that's so good. Ooh, the tone. I love the drumming there too. Production's beautiful. Oh! Dude, the intensity in the vocals too. Adding that scream was just the cherry on top. I love that synth lead right there. Okay, wow. That was super interesting. Okay, wow. Okay, that was Psych or Psyche by Our Chronicle. I'm letting this finish out just in case there's something else at the end. I think it's just credits. Very, very cool. Okay. First thing I want to say is I apologize if there were certain parts that I didn't seem as into it. It's because my headphones, I need to get new headphones. Oh, let me change this for real quick. Hold on, sorry. Uh, I think it's because I haven't charged them in a minute, but anytime they get kind of they get low on battery, which I think they are getting low on battery, they start to just glitch in and out. Like the audio is just there and then gone, and there and then gone, and it was just very frequent in that song, and it was really pissing me off. I heard most of the song. It was just certain parts that cut out, and I was really it was only like a second here and there, but it was getting annoying. So sorry. I will figure out something with headphones at some point. These are not the ones. They have great sound quality. These are JBLs, which I've always had great luck with JBLs, but these ones are just like, I don't know what their problem is with this computer. They just don't like it for some reason. But I love the sound quality. The sound quality is great. It just yesterday I was using these headphones and they gave me no issues, and I think it's because they're dying. So I wonder what would happen if I plugged them in. If I had a plug long enough, I might have to get up and leave to check that out, because I am not dealing with this the rest of the stream. Audio Technica, I've heard good things about Audio Technica. Maybe I'll check that out, because I've also heard good things about Sony's headphones. So I'll check out Audio Technica though. I'm sure they work great. Because these are not cutting it. But anyway, the song. That was you guys. I know there's not a lot of people here today, but so far these song recommendations have been phenomenal. The song from each of you guys had been awesome. This is one of the coolest. It falls into the genre. I don't know if there's a name for it. I just call it cinematic, because that's what it is. It's very cinematic. It is one of my favorite genres to listen to. It honestly, like, some of my favorite songs, like I've listened to metal for years now, and while this had metal elements near the end, this is very much a cinematic type of song, and I almost prefer that over metal these days. There's just something about it. You can feel the raw emotion in it. The build-up is great. I love me a good build-up. If a song has a great build-up, like, it is just super enjoyable to listen. You can feel the emotion in it, and the drops just feel that much more impactful. So yeah, the drops feel that much more impactful when it comes to a good build-up. That song was just super solid. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. I think the first thing I want to discuss was the first chorus. I didn't get to discuss it because I was getting too into the music. The first chorus was so impactful to me because I expected it to blow up right away, and it faked me out. It dropped, actually. I think it dropped out all instruments except for that wailing sound, plus these tom hits on the drums, and then just his vocals. And there was probably something else under there too. I didn't, I'll have to listen to it again. But it made it so impactful when it was just that bare. It felt bare bones, and it was awesome. And then these hip hop drums come in the second verse. I'm like, all right, we're picking up energy. And then the second chorus hits, and it picks up more of the synth lead. Love that. And then, yeah, just getting into some of the bridge. When it hit with when the guitars came in, the drum kit and the guitars, I was floored. Absolutely floored. I have a friend who I think would really love this. I got to recommend this song to him. Give me a second. I got to look this up too, because that was just so cool. Looks like he's got an EP out. Guess I'm adding more music to my library because that was really cool. Yeah, this seems like a fairly new band. They just released an EP, it appears. Which is called The Gray Area. Says, yeah, July 17th. That was literally last Friday. So very, very cool. It looks like, do they have other songs? They have an EP back in 2023. Interesting. Solo artist. So this is just the one guy. Okay, very cool. Yeah, he really knows how to build an atmosphere, I think. I think just the build up in general, the choices of piano and keys that he chose fits very, very well, and just the way it all flowed and built up to the end and then adding the scream at the end. Cherry on top, because I think it just kept building and building and building intensity. That is how you do a proper build-up. I've listened to songs. A good example is The Ocean, the band The Ocean. Which The Ocean's weird in their own way because of how much they shuffle band members. But they are, I know they're post-metal, so the whole thing is to kind of linger on one idea for a long time. At least that's what a lot of post-rock, post-metal does. It gets a little cinematic and metalcore, yes, and I love that, how it goes back and forth between the two. It's his music in general does that. Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. I'll have to check out his more like just metalcore stuff, because I like both genres. Let's see. YouTube channel called The Headphone Show that has a lot of information guides, maybe too much. Okay, interesting. I might have to check that out because yeah. I don't know why these headphones do this, and so my headphones are Bluetooth to my PC right now, directly into my PC, and that's what everything is running off of. I've hooked these headphones up to my phone before and never had the issue. I think it might just be the PC. I could be wrong. I don't know. He does nu metal as well. That's so cool. I like nu metal too. There's a lot of good nu metal out there. I love artists that kind of jump genres too. I'll have to check out more of his stuff because that was phenomenal. But what I was saying about The Ocean was they tend to do build-ups for too long. This is like the perfect way to do a build-up, in my opinion. I think it very much... It was good pacing. That's the word I was looking for. I think it was very solid pacing because it hit at the right times, I think. But anyway, I might try something for a second. Let me disconnect these headphones just for a second and see what happens. Okay. I'm assuming you guys can still hear me. Let me rewind this song I just listened to. The shades of surround. Tell me, do you hear the music? Oh, what am I saying? Of course you hear the music. It's through the computer as an input. Sorry, that was a dumb question. I guess I should ask, do you hear the music through my mic? Because you guys probably hear the music through my PC, which is what you're supposed to hear. Does it also echo? I'm hoping it doesn't echo through the mic, because I might just go no headphones until I get new headphones, if it's not too much interference. I don't have my gain up on my mic that high, so I don't think it would be that much of a problem, but let me know. Let me play it. Let me know if this is too much interference. And if you can hear me just fine. Yeah, sorry, this part is really cool. Again, do you hear just the song through the normal channels like you should, or are you hearing interference of the feedback through the mic too? Because this is playing out loud. My speakers aren't up super loud though. Mic is a bit low. Was it low during the whole song? Did it sound like when I was... Okay, music might be a little bit high. Music down a little bit. I can do that. Let's try this. let's go to the higher energy part. Okay. I turn the music down. Is that too low? Again, I'm getting used to this whole audio thing with streaming, so I don't know how this all sounds. I'm actually trying, even if I wasn't streaming, I'm doing something new with OBS for my recording stuff, so let me know, does the music sound lower now? Do I sound more clear? Yeah, this part's sick. Really solid production for a solo artist. Sounds good to me. I can hear what you're saying. Okay, cool. I think I'll keep it at this level for now. I prefer listening through headphones, but if my headphones are going to be an issue, I don't want that to happen. But if you guys don't mind waiting like a minute, I'm going to see if I can grab my charger cord and see if that helps. Let me look at these headphones real quick. There's the charger port. In theory, it should work. I don't know if I have an actual cord though that'll stretch that long. Some people like the music loud, but it drowns out the commentator that way. Yeah, I agree. The way I view it is music reaction channels are for people who want to see the way I do it, because I watch other music reactors too. I enjoyed it. That's kind of how I started my channel, because I got inspired to do what they do. How I see it is I'm not here to listen to the original song and the original song only. I'm here to watch how this person reacts to this song and what they think about it. If they like the same kind of music I do, if they enjoy what I do, and kind of, and some reactors I listen to see them deep dive into the more musical aspects of it. So I like to hear the commentator that way. If people complain about like reactors talking too much during reactions, then they can just go check out the music on their own, because that's the whole point of reactors, is to talk, give their thoughts. I also am not a fan of pausing, because I do not experience music that way. I experience music as a whole piece, you know. I'm going to listen to it from start to end. If you listen to it broken up, you don't get that same feeling. And I know a lot of channels out there pause to avoid copyright. I'm doing what I can. Right now, I'm not even like making money. So eventually, if I make money, great. It'll be a cool second income. But I will not be doing everything I can to money grab, like clickbait in the title and it's pausing so I don't get copyright. There is a way to share monetization without pausing music. And that's the way I prefer to do it, because if you pause, you just kind of break up the music. It loses the feeling. Not really how I prefer to do it. And I know there are people who hate pausing too, which I'm not a fan of pausing either. I love reactors who listen to the song all the way through. And that's kind of what I strive to do. Because, yeah, it bothers me when people pause during music. I'm like, especially if I know the song, then I'm like, that's the best part. Why did you pause? You know? Like, why did you pause in the middle of a breakdown? Again, that everybody has their own preferences, but I've always been one to not pause and kind of just give my thoughts through the music. Now, again, if I do talk too much, I want people to let me know, because I will always give my thoughts after the song is done. So if people want me to say things here and there, but not too much during the song, I will like shut up a little bit. I'm always down to do that, because I will still always give my thoughts at the end of the song. There are certain songs where I've gotten lost in. And so I tend to talk less during those too. So it just naturally happens sometimes. But yeah, I let me see if I can solve this headphone issue real quick. If I can find a charger for these JBLs, I will still use them. I almost thought of doing the stupid thing I used to do and playing it through my phone and my headphones, my other headphones that connect to just my phone. I couldn't get my regular headphones to connect to the computer. They connect to my phone. And what I thought about doing was, since you guys are hooked up to my PC, was playing them at the same time. I know that sounds stupid, but I've done it before. And I might do it for now because, again, playing the music out loud just doesn't hit the same way. I enjoy music through headphones because you can kind of catch every detail with headphones, and it just hits you harder, I feel like. If you just don't care if I do that, I'll have just the two sources up. I'll hit play at the same time. So I'll be reacting to what's going on my computer, but it'll just actually be playing on my phone too. I know that probably doesn't matter to you guys because you guys are getting the same result regardless. Because honestly, I'd rather do that than try to mess with the finding a charger cord for these. Now, again, I will eventually get a pair of headphones that is better suited to hook up to my PC. Hypnotic, just curious. You said Audio-Technica. Do they have wired headphones? Because when I'm at my computer, I'd rather have wired headphones because that way there is no interference. The Bluetooth could be part of the problem with these headphones. And if they're just wired into the computer, they just won't have that issue. Do you know if they have wired headphones? I guess I could look it up. You guys aren't Google. I just, you're there and I like to talk to you guys. But I'll look it up real quick. Because Audio-Technica. Sorry, I know I'm supposed to be almost all wired. I think. Okay, good. I think more recently they have wireless, but no, I'd rather do wired anyway because it makes more sense with the setup I have. If you're at whoops, I hit my cup holder. If you're at a computer desk, like you're not moving, I don't need Bluetooth. I'm not walking around or anything. But until I get, hold on, let me look up some pairs. Would I just get them off the website or Amazon or whatever? I'm sure I can get them anywhere, but I'm sure I could go into store and get them too. All right. A little bit pricey. I like the way they look though. I think I found, okay. Here's my question. I don't know how much you guys know about headphones. I don't know much. There's a couple different ones on Amazon right now. And one of them is way cheaper than the other. And it looks like the cheaper they go, it looks like older versions. Because this Audio-Technica M20X is cheaper than the M30X, which is cheaper than the M50X. So I don't know if the higher the number, the higher the quality. I don't want to buy a pair of headphones that's just garbage. You know what I mean? I'd rather it be at least a solid pair of headphones, but would you guys know anything about that? Because looking at it, I could afford. Try them on the store. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I can go into certain stores like Best Buy. I know they have headphones and stuff. Not a bad idea. I'm sure there's YouTube reviews out there too of
Internet behavior.
Okay, thank you for being super loud, phone. I'm sure there's internet reviews of stuff like that too. Audio-Technica M. Let's look up the M30X reviews.
If you edit audio or video,
Sorry.
right there.
This is a slight.
They look flashy. They're not the headphones you want to be using. You want professional monitoring.
Okay, cool.
In this video, we're going to
Alright.
review one of the best budget options out there.
Assuming that stands for ratings, right?
ATH M30Xs. The M30Xs come in at around $70 usually and include a soft leather travel pouch and a 1/4-inch headphone adapter. They have 40
Alright,
drivers, weigh 7.8
we'll get back to music in a second. I'm sorry, I'm taking such a
with a range from
side quest.
50,000 hertz.
I just didn't want to keep running into that headphone problem. It was really bothering me.
Unlike the bass boosted Beats and Bose, 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 the frequency response is flat and natural sounding. Being a budget option, these don't have active noise cancellation for listening on planes or in noisy environments though. They come with a single exit 3-meter
Okay, interesting. Okay.
foot straight cable.
This review,
The drivers swivel about 15 degrees side to side and they also flip outwards.
okay, I think I will add that to my cart, the M30X. Only because it's saying this pair of headphones is it's lower price budget headphones as they call it. Because they don't have active noise cancellation for loud environments or planes. I don't need, my house is not loud. I don't need noise cancellation. You know, I don't need the intense noise cancellation. So that doesn't bother me at all. So I'm fine with that. So anyway, in the meantime, I'm gonna do my Apple headphones on my phone and just play both because I still want the headphone experience. So give me 1 second. I'll be back. I won't be gone long. I need to really get some stuff set up for like a be back soon screen or something. I don't know. I have a starting soon screen I kind of messed with. So, all right, be back. All right, it's a good thing I had these on hand. They were not hard to find. Anyway, I'm going to keep going down, bouncing between whatever you guys give me as suggestions and my list. So I figured I'd check out something from my list next. I've had a chatter been requesting more Punishing Gray Raven like crazy. So I think I'll check that out next. That is on my list. And then I'll check out Metalverse Geyser, which is Hypnotic. You were the one who suggested that one. So let me look this up real quick. Punishing Gray Raven. Hikari. I don't know if you guys know anything about Punishing Gray Raven. I don't know much about it either. Apparently, it's a video game. Kind of similar in the vein of Arknights, just how it has a lot of kid music. Almost like what I keep hearing people say about Arknights is it's a music company disguised as a video game, which is very accurate because they make tons of music. Some of it's not even in game; it's just like EPs they release. I'm like, all right, that's cool. I think Punishing Gray Raven does something similar. Though their stuff might actually only be in game. I don't know. But anyway, hold on. What's the date today? Who is he saying that to? Okay, whatever. I hope my headphones are actually hooked up. Okay. Will this actually work? I'm listening to YouTube on 2 devices, the same video, same YouTube account. I don't know. I don't think that's an issue with YouTube, but I know some things it doesn't like to do that with. So we'll just have to see if this works. If it doesn't, I'll play the music out loud. Oh well. It is what it is. Okay, YouTube, stop being stupid. Okay. All right. Anyway, this is Punishing Gray Raven Hikari. You guys can still hear me, right? Okay, I'll just make sure all the audio is great. Desktop audio is still down. The source needs to be on so you guys can see it. All right. Anyway, let's get into it. And oh, that's wrong. Hold on. I almost clicked the wrong thing. It's the extended version I clicked on. Great. All right. Let's get into it in 3, 2, 1. Let me know if audio's janky. Okay. Very electronic start. Also has a very epic feel to it, though. Ooh. Interesting, almost very interesting mix of two cultures, I guess, or genres. And with the choir voices coming in. Ooh. This almost dropped out the whole electronic element. I love those, the horns. Horns sound really cool. And then you add those electronic drums in. Oh, it's such an interesting vibe. I like it though. A little bit more intensity here. That almost low horn sound. Ooh, actually drops the intensity. Very nice. Love just that strings and piano. Again, I'm a sucker for piano. Ooh. Interesting way to end the song too. Just very atmospheric and a lot less intense than it began. Okay. That was give me a second. I want to make sure things are working. That was Punishing Gray Raven Hikari. There we go. Interesting. Yeah, I'll have to look more into the headphone thing. Anyway, was the audio okay for that? Let me know, because that was me listening to it on my phone, but at the same time listening, you guys were listening to it through my PC. I could not hear the PC. So, I want to make sure the audio was okay. It synced pretty well on my end from visuals, so I think it'll be fine. But yeah, that song was interesting. Hikari. is what it's called. I always think it's interesting when people use when artists use like vocals as more of just a atmospheric layer instead of. All right, cool. When they use him as an atmospheric layer as opposed to a as a melody, as the main melody. It's interesting. I could never figure out how to do that. I sing, but I'm not that great of a singer to be able to use my voice as an atmospheric element. So I always think it's cool when artists can do that and just kind of be the atmospheric layer to a song. But again, interesting fusion of sounds. Punishing Gray Raven tends to do that very much. They have a lot of electronic elements in a lot of their songs. But again, this was mixed with the orchestral stuff. Very intense. There's a word I'm looking for and I can't find it. They have a very atmospheric feel to it. Atmosphere and like intense orchestral epic. I guess that's the word I was looking for. Probably not, but it works in this case. Very epic feel to it, but also their electronic element is there. And I always think that's cool. I think the production is beautiful on this. I think they mixed it really well, and I love the horns and the timpani. If it was a timpani, it might have just been straight toms on a drum kit. Hard to tell sometimes. Timpani is more pitched, even if it's very low pitched. But yeah, I really enjoyed that. I will be checking out. I have a huge list of songs from this game that people want me to check out, so I obviously probably only do one per stream. That's another thing I'm going to try to do in these streams is not react to the same artist more than once. I like to mix it up. I like to listen to a little bit of everything and not just the same artist over and over again. And plus, I have tons of artists on my request list. Even if you guys aren't requesting anything at the moment, I always have tons of stuff to listen to because my YouTube comments is full of requests, which is fine. I don't think it's gotten so out of control that I can't control that yet. But anyway, very cool song. I haven't been disappointed by a song from the Punishing Gray Raven OST yet. So yeah, I think I don't think I will be disappointed, honestly. The next song I'll be checking out is Metalverse Geysa. I think Metalverse is probably the artist, I'm guessing. This is Hypnotic's suggestion. Geysa, there it is. That sounds familiar. YouTube's saying it's from 2 months ago, so I definitely haven't heard it. For some reason, it sounded familiar. I don't know why. Of course, Baby Metal comes up too because their song. I think they have a song called Metalverse. Anyway, oh, you guys can't see that yet. Let's see. Give you guys that again. All right, yeah. Again, I don't think I've heard of this artist. I don't know what they're about. Don't know what kind of genre. Always exciting. I love it. Love new stuff. Love getting surprises. Oh, Baby Metal Sister Group. That is why I have heard of it. That's why it sounded so familiar. I don't think I've actually listened to them. I just think I've heard of it. So anyway, this will be my first exposure to that, I guess. Correct me if I'm wrong. If I have listened to them on the channel, I don't remember. This channel has been active for, at least the reacting part of it's been active for 3 years. So I've reacted to a ton of music in those 3 years. It used to be a gaming channel before that, but we don't talk about that. All right. So anyway, this is Metalverse with Geysa official music video in 3, 2, 1. Okay. Love the electronic synth right there. I can already see the Baby Metal resemblance. Just I can see like the silhouettes of their outfits seem very baby metal. I love this tone though. I love that synthesizer, man. That's awesome. Very cool instrumental. Their outfits are really reminiscent of baby metal. Sorry I keep bringing that up, but it's just, it's interesting. I love that riff too. Ooh, nice vocals. Ooh. Wow, it got really heavy there for a split second. A lot of things going on with the electronics right here. Oh yeah, love the syncopated vocals with the rhythm of the guitar and drums. Very cool. Ooh, was it? I was expecting more chorus. That's interesting that I went into this. I like how it dropped into not a metal instrumental, but more of a hip hop beat. Still has that distorted guitar though on top of it. Very cool. Very trap metal, I guess. Nice. Love the pause. The pause into this chorus. Oh, I love that. I like the choreography too. It fits very well. Oh yeah, there's that heaviness again. The double bass kicks. Nice. It's just like straight into a breakdown. Sick. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. That was Giza or Giza. Sorry, my computer decided to go into a different artist. That was Giza by Metalverse, right? Yes, Metalverse. Okay. Yeah, I enjoyed that a lot. That was really, really cool. Definitely has a different vibe instrumentally from Baby Metal. I know Baby Metal, and I'm wondering if they do something similar. Baby Metal jumps metal genres a lot, so I don't know if this group also does that, but that had a very much, there were some trap metal elements of it. Love that. That synth lead was just so cool. I think it's just infectious. So very, very cool synth lead. I love the transition into the last chorus with the pause. You cut out the instrumental and just bring in vocals and then drop the instrumental back in. It's so impactful. And I always love bands that do the last chorus like that. They do it something different, or the transition into the last chorus is something very, very unique compared to the rest of the song. So I think they did that really well. Vocals on point, like her voice. And the choreography matched it very well. I wonder if, like, I'll have to look more into this band because I know nothing about them. Baby Metal's sister group, are they like directly related to Baby Metal, or I wonder how that works. And I wonder how much music, like how long they've been making music. Yeah, I can see why you say that, because it does seem very Baby Metal, of course. It almost sounds, I don't know, it's hard to explain. Ads. Oh. Same producer. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. I can see that. They do have similar sounds. I love the guitar tone throughout that whole thing too. The guitar tone was really cool. And just the just how it drops into some of these, like there was some of that trap metal kind of deal, but also the heavy breakdowns. And I love how it like did it for like a split second the first time, but then it was a little bit extended near the end. Yeah, it does. I listened to Baby Metal's most recent album, and I really enjoyed it. It does sound a lot like this. I can see that. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know where everybody ranks Baby Metal's albums. I think their most recent album was my favorite of theirs. I don't know why. It just I love that album. That album is really cool. I love Metal Galaxy, probably the second, and then their fourth album, I think. Their first two, there's nothing wrong with their first two albums, but again, as most people know, the production was a little lacking back then. They're known as a live band anyway, like just because of the choreography and what they can do live. It sounds phenomenal. So like their first two albums, I think their live stuff sounded better than their studio stuff. But their newest album, I love the studio album. You know, the studio quality is, very modern metal production, and I like the modern metal production. I'm huge on new metal like the modern metal production. I love the way it sounds. Some people don't agree with that. A lot of people will. I know there's people out there who love raw sounding, less produced music. I'm not one of them. I'm not one who likes the live sound that much. I will react to some live stuff because some bands are just like bands with a choreography like Baby Metal. They're meant to do that stuff live. I get it. I love watching the live videos of that. But most of the time, artists, I will listen to the studio versions because that just sounds better in my ear. And that's how the artist intended it to sound, is the way they recorded it in studio. So I'm not a huge like if there's like bonus tracks on like deluxe albums that are just like live versions, I will never listen to those. I will always skip those. With most artists. Same thing with just like old production. I don't listen to a lot of pre-2000s music because I don't like pre-2000s production that much. It's just, and no offense, I'm not saying any music pre-2000s is bad. There's a lot of good songs out there from like classic rock era and like classic pop and stuff. I'm just more into the newer sounds. I love a lot of post-2000s stuff. I don't know. That's just how I've always been. I'm always looking for new releases, new albums that just dropped, stuff like that. That's why I'm always keeping up with my Apple Music, because like it gives me new releases of the genres I listen to a lot. Sorry, I was fidgeting with a bottle cap as my fidget toy. But yeah, anyway, that was a really cool song. I could say I enjoyed it a lot. Bill Murray, ooh. What Was Me, Red, Breakaway, Run Away With Me. Okay. It's interesting that you mentioned Breakaway. Wait, because I have them on my list of things to listen to. So, I'll probably just replace the song on my list with that one. Because, it's just interesting that you mentioned a Breakaway song. Though I'm sure you'd like me to listen to both, honestly. I'll probably listen to, again, Bill Murray. I know Bill Murray. Dylan Marlowe, I don't know. And then Woe Is Me, I've heard before. The song Red, I don't think I've heard by them, though. But I've definitely heard Bill Murray, just not that song. Empty Handed. Yeah, I've definitely not heard that song. I'll do those. I'm going to jump back to my list real quick and listen to another song that's on my list from Arknights. Dormant Craving. And then I'll probably listen to the Bill Murray song next. Also, if I apologize if I'm not going fully off of that I apologize that I'm jumping back and forth. I just have a large catalog of requests from my YouTube chat. So I'd like to do both. I'd like to do the live chat and the YouTube chat if I can, because I'm also making YouTube videos out of the live streams. So I will, at least for a while, until I get something else figured out, I'll be jumping back and forth between my list of songs and then whatever you guys give me. And I only listed 10 songs. So as soon as that list is up and you guys' requests are up, I'll probably end stream, just so I'm not streaming forever. Or if the time gets too late, I might call it at a certain times too. I don't know yet. Again, I'm still new to streaming, so this is completely unstructured. But anyway, I'm going to listen to this song first by Arknights. I don't know how much you guys have listened to Arknights. I'm sure, Hypnotic, you've seen it on my channel before. A lot of people like Arknights, including myself. I'm a huge fan of a lot of stuff they do. Now, there are songs. Now, Arknights is huge into just different genres. They will touch every corner. So there are definitely some songs I've heard from Arknights that I didn't enjoy that much because they were from a genre that I just not into. So yeah, there's going to be songs like that here and there, but there's been a lot of cool ones too. I've discovered some stuff out of genres I don't listen to that I thought I wouldn't like that I did enjoy. So, oh, you guys probably can't see the screen, can you? Nope. LOL. All right. All right, so this is Dormant Craving from Arknights. So let's get into it in 3, 2, 1. It sucks. No, I'm just kidding. Interesting. It has like an 80s pop feel to it, but with a modern flair. Like her voice. These keys definitely have a very warm tone to them. This almost sounds like if you melded it a certain way, it would be full synthwave, almost. Without some of the brighter sounds and vocals. This could just be a synthwave song. Very poppy, of course. I can feel the keys getting louder too. Increase the build up into the chorus. That was a nice transition. I like how there's lyrics down on the bottom right too. That's kind of cool. It's like very subtle lyric video. I like this part a lot. Ooh. Yeah. Get more weird with the keys. Slight variation in the last chorus. I mean, you can't do a last chorus and just keep it the same. Love that synth line here. Something mesmerizing about it.
On the other side.
There's still 10 seconds. What could it be? Nothing. All right. That was Arknights with the song I almost said Dominant. Dominant Craving. Dormant Craving. Anyway. Yeah, that was interesting. So there's a good example of something that does not usually fall into my wheelhouse of music. I am not huge into 80s pop. You know, I could have the decade wrong. I apologize. Again, I'm not into it, so I don't know. So yeah, not really my style. Probably not a song I'll go back to, but it is a good song. I would say it's very catchy. I think it encapsulates that genre very well. Definitely has that synthwave feel to it. I almost wish it leaned a little bit heavier into that aggressive synth that it was kind of doing in the bridge a little bit. Because that's more of the kind of stuff I would be into when it comes to electronic stuff, is that aggressive synth. But yeah, vocals fit very well. They were very floaty. A lot of warm tones throughout this. It was just kind of a chill song. So yeah, Arknights always just delving into whatever genre they feel like. Honestly, I think it was still a good song though. Again, I'm not huge into pop, so but I can see a lot of people loving this. Just not my wheelhouse, I guess. I can't really give a lot of music analysis. I tend to be able to give more thoughts on music I am into because I've listened to those other genres for years. And I actually think I've heard that song, that Arknight song. But yeah, when it comes to genres I'm not as familiar with because I haven't listened to the genre as much. Not too don't have a lot of information on that kind of stuff. Shepherd's Rain, Alamai, Polynesian prog metal band from New Zealand. Interesting. Okay. All right, so we have a few requests in the live chat now. Here's what I'll probably end up doing. It's 11:41 right now, at least my time zone. I don't know what time zone you guys are in. I don't know what time zone everybody else is in, but when did I start this? It's only been 2 hours. I guess I did start it at 10. I'll probably make a habit to do 3-hour streams, but probably not tonight, just because I'm still getting used to the whole streaming thing. I'll probably end it around midnight. I'll get through your guys' requests real quick, though, and then maybe one more of my list. I'll just keep track of what I've requested or what I've listened to on my list, which is only 4 songs. Let me erase those from the list. All right, cool. As long as I have these songs in there, I'll be able to react to it. But anyway, yeah, I think I'll just do your guys' songs for the rest of the stream, which is cool. I'm always down to react to just new music, whatever you guys have. So the next song I was going to react to is that Bill Murray song. Bill Murray and Dylan Marlowe. And the song is called Empty Handed. Okay, yeah, I think I've seen this thumbnail before. I've never listened to the song, though. 2 minutes and 32 seconds. It's a short one. Let me get up on my phone, too. Trust me, this will be a lot more... I should mention, too, this streaming will get a lot easier the more I do it, but also a lot easier once I get my second monitor. I'm running a single monitor setup, which seems very inconvenient and stupid, but it's because I got a free second monitor from my sister, and I opened it, and there was missing parts, so I can't hook it up. So I only have one monitor, so this is a little harder to do. But also, once I get my new headphones, it'll be way easier to do music just in general with new headphones. Okay. Let's get this all set up and back to this. All right. This is Bill Murray and Dylan Marlowe with Empty Handed. Let's get into it in 3, 2, 1. Already sick guitar tone. Oh, wow, yeah. He's got such an interesting voice. And that started so aggressive, too. It's got like such a country theme in the music video, too. And like country elements to this verse. It's so interesting. Definitely more of a pop punk feel here, though. Oh, that's so interesting. Oh, almost, I guess you could call it easy core. That, because that's just a gnarly guitar tone for like a pop punkish chorus. Definitely hearing that country sounding vocal lines and accent on top of this chugging. Super interesting. Whoops, hit my mic. That's so interesting. It's like easy core meets country. Wow. That was sick. Okay. See, you drop out the heavily distorted guitar. This is just a country song. I love it. It adds such a different element. I love the music video too. Nice. Okay, that was sick. That was sick. He's always got such unique music. What in God's name is that? Is that YouTube channel profile picture? All right, whatever. So that was Bill Murray and Dylan Marlowe with Empty Handed. Yeah, that was super interesting. I think super unique. I don't think I've heard a song like that before, where it was just like a mixture of easy core and country, in a way I just did not expect. When I say easy core, I don't know if everybody's familiar with that term, but it's just like bands like 4 Year Strong, Day to Remember, A Day to Remember, Chunk, No Captain Chunk. Those are considered easy core, kind of like a mixture of metalcore with pop punk, I guess. It's got like the brightness of pop punk with the chunkiness of metalcore. So that's what those guitars resembled a lot. Just those heavily distorted guitars with such a gnarly tone on top of just these country melodies, really. And the feature definitely had a more country tone to his voice, country accent, whatever you want to say. I know that's not what you would call that accent, but it was Southern, I guess. Very American. Such an American song. I love how he seems to do a lot of these music videos just like on the front lawn, like in his lawn. It's super interesting. I know he used to be in Attack Attack also, Bill Murray. So it's such an interesting jump to see him do that years ago, and then he's making music like this now. That's always super interesting to see. Very fun song. Yardcore. Yeah, that's exactly what this is. Yardcore. I love that. Okay, I just realized the the pun there. I love that. That is, yeah. Bill Murray is yardcore. There's no other way to put it. That's pretty funny. But yeah, cool song. Always funny to see his music videos. I definitely haven't heard that one before, but that's very interesting. Up here, it looks like he's got a song with a Day to Remember. I feel like I've heard that one before. It's interesting. But anyway, the next song, I will jump to David's request and listen to Alamai from Shepherd's Rain. Alamai from Shepherd's Rain. It came up right away. Said this is a prog metal band from New Zealand. Menacing thumbnail. Okay. 5 minutes 22 seconds. That's about standard for prog when it comes to their shorter side of songs. It makes sense. Surprised I still have battery life in my phone. What is this? Shepherd's Rain. Not Shepherd's Pie. Okay. So yeah, I've again never heard of this band. Love prog metal though. It's probably my favorite genre of music to listen to. Hence why Haken is like number 2 favorite band. The only thing I like probably more than Haken is Dance Gavin Dance, honestly. And then Between the Buried and Me is right under those two. So very into prog, love prog metal. But yeah, I've never heard this one though. So that'll be fun. Did I do that right? Yeah, okay. Just making sure. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it in 3, 2, 1. This is Shepherd's Rain with Alamai. Cinematic start. Sound like some sort of percussion I'm not familiar with. Definitely not familiar with it. Something very tribal about this. I'm intrigued. I know there's probably specific names for these kind of drums. I do not know them. Ooh. Yeah, I was waiting for it. Waiting for the drop. Okay, okay. Very, galloping rhythm right here. Still a build-up, though. The drums haven't dropped into a steady groove yet. Just a build-up. Ooh. Oh, I love that guitar tone. Sick riffs. Interesting production on the drums. I had a feeling it wasn't going to be in English, and I don't think it is. Love those riffs, though. Ooh. Oh. Ooh, open it up. Yeah. Nice. Love that feeling with the all the different percussions, because that double bass kick's not the only thing going on right there with the galloping rhythm. I think it's the other percussion instrument too. Love these riffs. They have such a solid guitar tone. Love when he gets a little bit more into that, what was the word I'm looking for? The screams. Like when he gets a little bit more into his guttural sound. Very mystical sounding chorus. Just how bright it sounds compared to the verses. Rising guitar riffs. I don't know what he's saying. Nice. Oh. Cool guitar solo, but that rhythm guitar underneath it is laying down sick riff. Ooh. And then that syncopated rhythm. More intensity in the guitar solo. Love it. Ooh, again, rising melody lines. Interesting transition into this chorus. With the way that sounded like it was ramping up for a key change, it almost felt just like it went naturally into this part. Interesting. All right, all right. That was Alamai from Shepherd's Reign. Nope. Okay. Polynesian log drum. Interesting. Okay. I like it. It's very cool addition to this sound. So yeah, that was again Shepherd's Reign with Alamai. Very cool sound. Such sick guitar riffs and the tone. I love that. I love when bands just. I mean, I love guitar. I don't know how else to put it. I just love guitar. It sounded super sick. It almost had like a old school metal feel to it. Not old school, but modernized in a way that Mastodon kind of does old school but modernized. You know what I mean? They weren't immediately like Mastodon, but they had elements that were reminiscent of that style of music, which is cool because I like Mastodon a lot too. Mastodon has a lot of solid songs. But yeah, I liked a lot of that. I love the different percussions just add another element to it, and then just how bright that chorus was compared to the verses. And again, like the guitar solo was awesome. The guitar solo is probably my favorite part of the song, just because I like how when it started, it was just such a sick rhythm guitar riff going with that guitar solo, and then it went into that syncopated rhythm, and then the solo itself just increased in intensity and very solid tones all around from both guitars. So I was like, yeah, this is sick. The only I have two complaints, and this is again me being picky. I've always been this way. I don't think the bass was loud enough. I couldn't really hear it at all, to be honest. Again, once I get better headphones, maybe that'll change with certain bands that I'm hearing like this. but I couldn't really hear it that well. I would have liked to hear it more. And then the drums, the percussion seemed quiet. The other percussion sounded fine. The drum kit sounded quiet. And especially the snare. I felt like it could have been louder and just had more impact. But other than that, it was a sick song. I loved the riffs. The riffs were just what made that song, honestly. Vocals were really solid, too. He has a unique voice. I almost want to hear him do more of those growls. That would be kind of cool. And maybe he does in their other music. I don't know. Cool stuff, though, yeah. That was Alamai Shepherd's Rain. Very nice. Next song, Woe Is Me, Red. I'm probably only going to do these last two songs, and then I'll probably call it there. Woe Is Me, Red. 2 years ago. I don't believe I've heard this. This is a band, though, I've never truly gotten into. I've listened to Woe Is Me before. I've never done a deep dive. I've heard a song here and there, though, that I'm like, yeah, this is sick. Just never really dived through their discography before. I know there was a time when they were supposedly broken up, and then they came back. So they've been back for a couple of years now, I think. And then I think their lineup's completely different. I couldn't tell you who the singers are anymore. I know I've seen them live at Warped Tour in like 2013. So seen them live a long time ago, but that was with the like OG lineup or like one of the OG lineups. So yeah. I don't know what this is going to sound like. I don't know if they still have two vocalists like they used to. They used to have a screaming vocalist and a clean. I don't know if that's still the case. Let me know. Because, yeah, I couldn't tell you. But anyway, this is Woe Is Me, Red. Let's get into it in 3, 2, 1. Okay. Yeah. Oh! Gnarly screams. Oh, that bleh. Dude, the guitar. Sick riffs and the tone. And they're doing the panic. Love those cleans. Ooh. Solid vocals. Love the clean vocals. They're pretty cool. Oh, I love the screams even more, though. The guitar riffs are insane. Yeah! That dropped me on my head. Ooh. Oh, the dropout. It's a nice way to go into the second chorus. Ooh. Leaning more into the electronic side of things here. Gotta love the trap beats. Nice. Sorry, this sounds like a build-up. Oh! Oh, I love the double kicks. You can't do that, man. Ooh. Bringing in the acoustic guitar was the right choice. Such a contrast. Nice, nice. Gotta love silence. Bring that instrumental, cut it out completely. Creates these impactful moments. Yeah, bring the riffs in. Such a sick riff. All right. That was Woe Is Me Red. Yeah, that was sick. That was sick. Such a sick song. I loved the guitar riffs, the tone. The screams were sick screams, man. I like that vocalist a lot. And the breakdown just drops you on your head. I could feel the buildup, and I was like, "This is gonna smash me," and it did. It definitely did. Sick breakdown. I was listening to a little bit of the lyrics too. So it was sick leading up to the breakdown. I'm not one to catch lyrics on the first listen, though. I'm always paying attention to the instrumental first, then vocals. Just how I operate. Anyway, yeah, I liked a lot of that. Now, this might get me flack from some people, but the part I did not like about this song was the chorus. And I think that's why I can't get into Woe Is Me. I loved the heavy parts, loved the screams. And I'm not one of those people who's like, "Oh, if it's not heavy, it's not good." No, I love melodic stuff. There's a lot of heavy stuff I can't get into, like deathcore. I'm not huge on deathcore. I love melodic metal. But this falls into the category of the singer has a great voice. I think they chose boring melodies. I think the chorus was boring. I don't know why I think that. There's no good reason. I figure, okay, the vocalists are OG. There's no good reason why I think the chorus was boring. It just didn't catch my. It was the melody choice, honestly. I'm not huge on that kind of chorus, I guess. And there's some metalcore bands that do it a lot, like this one, that I'm just not huge on. I think that's why I never truly got into bands like We Came as Romans too. They do like the same thing, where the melodies are just kind of boring. The screams, I think screams are different. Screams are different for me because they're not melodically driven. So it's just, I like screams because the sound of like the grit, the grinding of the vocal cords, or however screams actually work. I scream and I don't even know how it works. It's just pleasing to the ear for me. So if they can scream well or do it right, I think that makes those kind of vocals for me, so it doesn't get boring. And usually with screams comes really sick riffs or just heavy instrumentals, and I love heavy instrumentals. So I think that's why I like the heavy parts of this song, because just the screams were really well done, and the riffs underneath it were just so sick. This has some of the coolest riffs I've heard. The guitars were just like the best part of the song for me, honestly. And just the production was beautiful. Love the production. I think it was beautiful. But yeah, something about the cleans just didn't do it for me. Mainly the chorus, because like there was a part before the chorus that he starts singing, and I was like, all right, this is cool. But yeah, I think that chorus just did not do it for me. Cool song though. Very sick. A lot of sick parts to it. So the last song I'm going to be listening to. I also want to bring up. Sorry, this is just kind of random tangent when it comes to screams. Because I brought up screams. I also there are certain types of screams I don't like. Black metal is a great example because a lot of black metal, the screaming vocalists a lot of it has to do with production because it sounds like they're recording in a trash can 8 miles away from the microphone. But also, some of the black metal vocalists do this thing where their screams don't sound like full screams. They just sound kind of like they're doing kind of the whole time. And I don't like that. They have to have more of that like full sound to it. Sorry if that was loud. So that's why I don't like black metal vocals a lot of times because they just don't. It doesn't sound like a full scream to me. And there's some like tech death metal bands that do the same thing where their vocalist just sounds like they're either straining or just not pushing the vocals out right or something. Anyway, off of that tangent, we're gonna listen to this last song. The last song is Breakaway, Run Away With Me. I've definitely heard this band, before on the channel, but it's been a long time, so this is going to be a good refresher of what they sound like. Because I don't remember. Definitely haven't heard this song, though. Hold on. Gotta get things set up. Gotta get that boom, boom, boom. Sorry. Black Eyed Peas is not a good band. Sorry if you guys don't agree with that, but I can't get behind a lot of their music. That's another big thing for me. So I did mention, sorry, I keep wanting to talk. I just talk a lot about music. One big thing I did mention earlier, when I listen to music, I listen to instrumental first, melodies first, and then I look at lyrics maybe last. I don't catch lyrics on the first listen like ever. And most of the time, a lot of my favorite bands, I still don't know the lyrics to the songs because I listen to a lot of the melodies and the riffs and the instrumentals, and that's what my brain picks up. But if a song has really stupid lyrics, I tend to not like it either. So lyrics do matter to me. I also tend to steer away from like those like gore, deathcore lyrics like like Dying Fetus, the kind of stuff they do, because it's not my style. But yeah, if a good example is 3 Days Grace. I love 3 Days Grace. Don't get me wrong. I still one of my favorite OG bands, like I used to listen to in middle school. 3 Days Grace has a lot of solid songs. Some of their new stuff, some of the most basic lyrics I've ever heard. So I can't get into that as much just because the lyrics don't sound like they were being creative, I guess. So yeah, lyrics do matter a little bit, but at the end of the day, I will always listen to instrumental first. So just figured I'd drop that little tidbit. Anyway, we're going to listen to Runaway With Me by Breakaway. All right, let's get into it in 3, 2, 1.
We danced alone on the second floor of someone's rundown high school dorm. You broke up with your girlfriend.
I'm not going to say anything. Hold on.
So in your room, we skipped school just to bend the rules. Now we're getting high and it's getting old. 18 without a license, no fixed address for you and you call your home. I'm sorry.
Okay. I was like, this sounds very Kelly Clarkson. This is like early 2000s pop. Okay.
Ooh.
Ooh. Very cool electronic stuff going on right now. I love what the instrumental is doing here.
We closed our eyes to see the stars when the sky was dying in July. I asked you if you noticed we're just a
Beautiful
fire that
vocals.
needs to leave a mark. I saw you learn that good things burn, 'cause growing up means getting hurt. I left without a warning. You said you saw my ghost in every corner. I'm sorry.
Almost sounds like very much like some Swan core stuff going on with guitars in the back. Also, interesting mix on the cymbals. I was waiting for it. Such a fall tone to that guitar. Love it though.
I'm sorry.
Ooh. Love those effects right there. Always love that. When people do the chopped vocal effect like that, it sounds so cool. I love it. Ooh. What is that called? The Vocodex? Vocodex? Whatever that, vocoder. Sounds very cool. Nice guitar here. Stop looking at me like that. Okay. Interesting. Interesting segue into the next song. Wouldn't have suggested that one. Okay, that was Breakaway with Run Away With Me. I'm going to take these off now. These are hurting my ears. So yeah, interesting. I was wondering, I know I've heard the band before, and I was like, I could have sworn they were heavier than this, because that came in with the vocals, and I was like, this is like 2000s pop sounding. So interesting start, and then it had some electronic elements from the get-go, and like a very fuzzy synth bass in the chorus, the first chorus. I was waiting for it to drop into something else, because I was like, I know this band has like guitars. And it almost sounded like some Swancore guitar stuff going on too in some parts, which is very interesting. But also just like, yeah, when those heavy guitars came in finally, very Thal sounding. I love the new trend of Thal. I know Thal has probably been around for at least as long as Viljarda's been around. They were kind of the originators of that genre, or at least they made it pop out. But I love bands that are incorporating these Thal sounding guitars into their sound. I'm not super into just straight Thal like Viljarda. I think Viljarda sounds cool. I've listened to a lot of their stuff, and I'm like, all right, this is cool. If it comes on, I'm jamming. But not something I listen to all the time. But when certain bands throw in Thal kind of sounds in their guitars, or Thal inspiration. Silent Planet's been doing it lately. The band Alt with 2 L's. There's 2 bands called Alt. ALLT. They are very much metalcore with Thal elements. Love it. I think it sounds awesome, and that's what I liked about when those guitars came in. Very Thal sounding guitar. And then yeah, they had those cool chopped up vocal. I love that effect. It just sounds so super cool. Just like the chopped up vocals. I don't know what else you want to call that. I don't make electronic music like that, so I don't know. Very cool though. Production was spot on with that song. I think that was solid. I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed a lot of the music we checked out today. You guys gave some great suggestions. Of course, the people in my comment sections give good suggestions. That's where my list came in. There's only like 2 songs I really didn't vibe with that much, and they were off of they weren't even the songs you guys gave me. I mean, I know there was part of Woe Is Me song I didn't really like was the chorus, but other than that, like everything else you guys suggested was awesome. So I'm always willing to. I think I have listened to Arknight's Enfield song. Otherwise, I would have. I believe it's actually on my channel. I'll look it up just in case. I have an Arknight's playlist, but I'm almost positive I have listened to that song. Let's look up my channel. Who am I? Silas? That's me. No, I don't want to watch my other live stream. It says I'm live right now. Crazy. No, I know I'm live right now. Go to my channel. Alright, sorry guys. I just want to... I try not to react to songs I've heard before because I've heard them before. So I can't give a genuine first time reaction. You know what I mean? But if I haven't heard, I'll make that the last song. And then I really do have to cut it because it's getting late. So yeah, let me look down. I have 27 songs in this playlist that I've reacted to. A lot of Operation songs, of course. No, I have not reacted to it. Okay, yeah, I can do that. What was the full title? I know you said it earlier. Is it just Enfield, or will it come up? Sorry, I'm choking on spit. Will it come up if I look up Enfield? Because I'm sure it will. Let's check it out. Arknight's Enfield. Oh, well, that's the... it's playing Dance Gavin Dance. Sorry. It's coming up with the actual DLC, so that's... no, I need the full song title. Let me look up in The World is Waking. That's it. I know you said it earlier. I just couldn't find it because I'm blind. World is Waking. I'm assuming it's this first one. 4 minutes and 31 seconds. I want to say it's the right one. Sorry. I'm sorry. I read one of the YouTube comments because, of course, the lyrics, it says their lyrics are in Chinese. And one of the YouTube comments is, "I feel the binging in my chillin'." I'm sorry. That's just so funny. The first comment I saw. That's hilarious. Okay, let me pull it up on my phone too, because headphone situation. Yeah, that's the one. Let's check it out. All right, let me pull it up on here. All right, this is The World is Waking from Arknight's Enfield. So let's, without further ado, let's get into it in 3, 2, 1. Already starting with very traditional Chinese music sound. With some swancore-esque guitar. Or math rock, I guess, kind of. Very cool. Oh. What is that guitar? Oh! What a sick guitar! Oh, love that layering right there. Oh, I love that tone. Oh, that's so sick. I love the mixture of the genres too. Beautiful production. Very huge chorus. Love those vocals too. Oh, beautiful. Yeah. Oh, that's so sick. Ooh, that high pitch right there. I love the guitar tone. Oh, love the open space right there. It cuts out all the guitar and then builds it back up again. Yeah, this is sick. Ooh. Even when they cut out everything else, they still got that guitar lead. Oh, and now a trap beat behind it. Ooh. You had to drop a guitar solo on us. Yeah. Such a solid chorus, too. I love the vocal layering, too. Anytime they've had these backing vocals come in, or just the multiple vocals. Oh. I'm sorry, that was just so cool at the end. Really neat. Wow. Neato. I'm sorry, that was crazy. I'm glad you suggested one more song, because that was a good one to end it on. Okay. That was insane. All right, I have to give my proper thoughts on this. Um, that. Hold on a second. I have to look up something really quick. Okay, so I've heard a good handful, of Arknight's song, close to 30, at least on the channel. I think I've heard a couple off the channel too. That might be my favorite Arknight song I've ever heard. Like, that was insane. Wow. Okay, I'm kind of speechless at that. Sorry, I gotta look up one more thing. Okay. Yeah. That was sick. Because before this, I think my favorite songs from Arknights have been Operation Pyrite and Radiant. Those songs are, phenomenal. Love them. This was so good. Like, this might blow them out the water. And it's because of the guitar. There was other elements in it too that made it great, but that guitar blew my mind. I know I've probably mentioned it a billion times on this channel. Dance Gavin Dance is my favorite band. That was such a Swancore-like guitar, and I think that's why I loved it so much. But it wasn't quite Swancore. It was a little different. I think, because, I don't know, there's something about taking something like just very solid melodies that you usually would find over, like, say you cut out all the metal and rock elements of this, and it's just that traditional Chinese sound with those vocals. It would still work. So it's that kind of vocals you expect with something like that, or something very cinematic or poppy. You put them over a very chaotic, busy, lead-heavy guitar part, and it just meshes so well. It sounds so good. I think that's really why this song is probably my new favorite from Arknights. Because of the combination of those vocals. Also just solid vocals all around. Love her voice. Love all the harmonies. And when they brought in multiple voices for, like, just like almost sound like a choir of voices. Very solid vocals. But you just put them on top of those guitar riffs. Because it wasn't just like, there was multiple parts of the guitars. There was that very plucky sound, the very plucky clean sound, which came in at the beginning. And I was like, all right, this is getting my attention. And it was sprinkled throughout. And then you had the very chaotic just lead that was going everywhere. And that was sprinkled throughout. And then you had that lower end distortion. But it was also still a lot of movement in that distortion. It wasn't just chugs. There were some syncopated parts, but then it always evolved into something else. It was never just zeros on the guitar. So the guitar just blew my mind. Like, I don't know how else. And also production was beautiful. Production was excellent. I really enjoyed just everything about this song. I'm sorry I'm gushing over it, but it's so good. This is like right up my alley. Thank you, Hypnotic, for suggesting that song, because that was phenomenal. Like, most of your suggestions are pretty good, but that one was just like the best. I really enjoyed that. I'm glad I'm glad a lot of you guys, not just the people in chat right now, but also the YouTube comments, share a lot of the common interests when it comes to music. I mean, YouTube comments, it's going to happen because I'm reacting to music that, most of the time I like, and people who like it are going to show up. So that makes sense. But you guys showing up also just in the chat and suggesting just bangers, just awesome. And I appreciate you guys coming. Again, second live stream ever. So still don't know what I'm doing, but I'm enjoying it. I like being able to talk to people, not just be by myself listening to music. I like sharing it with people. I like just being able to listen to new songs with few people and jam out. So thank you guys for coming. I don't have much else to say. If you guys want to catch me more in live streams, I'm off this week, so that's kind of why I started doing this. I thought it was a good chance to kind of start and kind of grasp it. And that's why I've done 2 live streams in a row, and I'll probably end up doing more this week because I'm just off all week. Probably do another one tomorrow. It's not going to happen every day like that, though. Once I go back to work, it'll probably happen once or twice a week. I'll do a live stream probably every Friday. So if you guys want to catch me Fridays, probably at 9 p.m., that's probably when it'll happen. And then probably a random weekday before I go to work, so like 11 a.m. I know that's a weird time, but I work night shifts, so I don't have time to do it in the evening on weekdays. Just Fridays and Saturdays, my off days. I might do some live streams every now and then on Saturdays too. It just depends because I have D&D on Saturdays sometimes, so there's that. So yeah, just, you know, if you guys want to catch my live streams, that would be great. My YouTube channel, I post these reactions all the time on YouTube also. So feel free to check out more of those. I know it's been a long time since I posted regularly, but I'm getting back into the swing of things. My schedule's not going to be as structured anymore. I'm just going to kind of do release as I want. And it's a lot less stressful for me that way, and I can juggle life a little better. So yeah. I appreciate you guys coming. Check out the YouTube channel if you guys want to see more reactions, the videos, not just live streams. And I will see you all in the next one. And I hope you guys have a good night.